Hi, in this video we are going to see about a Java project which is entitled as Secure and Lightweight Fine-Grained Searchable Data Sharing for IoT-Oriented and Cloud-Assisted Smart Healthcare System, which is an IEEE 2022 transaction paper. Before seeing the execution of the project, let me brief about this project. So we all know that in IoT healthcare system that patients no need to go to the hospital. Instead they can be get diagnosed from their home or any place. The IoT devices will be monitoring their health records like sugar, blood pressure, pulse rate kinds of things, and it will be transmitted to the cloud service, and the doctors or the hospital persons will be seeing those values, and they will be providing the diagnosis system from their hospitals. And this all happens because the data is being stored in a centralized cloud server. But the problem comes here is like when we are storing the data in a cloud server, the sensitive information of the patient's health record to be stored securely. So in the existing system they have used the encryption techniques, but using this encrypted healthcare data store brings the inconvenience for the retrieving the data. For example, if the doctor wants to retrieve the data of the patient, retrieving those, because the data have been encrypted. For example, if a person called JP is a patient and they have been stored the data, the names have been encrypted. So if the doctor wants the data of the patient, by searching the name it cannot retrieve because it has been encrypted. So to overcome these kinds of issues in this proposed system, we are going to use lightweight attribute based searchable encryption scheme. So using this proposed system, what are the things that we are going to achieve is like we'll be using the fine-grained access control and the keyword search. So searching of the data which is stored encrypted is being achieved, and also the fine-grained access control mechanism. So access control mechanism is like which person can access the data, because for example they can have the read policy or write policy. This kind of access control mechanism is also going to be implemented in this proposed system, and using this kind of technique will be reducing the computational overhead and also the saving the energy resources. So now let us see the architecture of the system. So here you can see the entities, that is patient side, doctor side, and you'll be having HAC, that is healthcare administration center, and also the cloud service provider. So here, as we are going to do only a software project, here we are not going to use any kinds of devices. Instead the patient will be uploading their data manually to the cloud service provider. The first thing is like healthcare administration center. HAC is the important entity which approves the patient or the doctor by giving the keys. The key distribution, the system initiation is first done, and then the patient will be uploading the data to the cloud service provider, and if the doctor wants the data, and they will be searching the data, and based on the data access, the cloud service provider provides to the required data to the doctor side. And this is going to be the system architecture. Now let us see the execution of the project. So we have developed this project in Java using NETBEANS IDE 8.2. So first open NETBEANS IDE 8.2. Now go to the file menu and click open project. Now we are going to import the project into this NETBEANS. So just go to the project source code location where you can find the source code cloud assisted smart healthcare system. Just select this and click open project. Now kindly wait till the project has been loaded into the NETBEANS IDE. Meanwhile, let us attach the database in the MySQL administrator. So just go to the MySQL administrator, log in with the username and password, and click OK. Now select this restore option. Now go to the open backup file and go to the project source code location where you can find the database folder, and select the database and then click start restore. And now you can see the restore operation was finished, successful message, and click close. Now you can close this MySQL administrator part because we have attached the database successfully. Coming back to the NETBEANS IDE, you can see the project is being loaded now completely, and you can run it. In case if you are having this kind of error issue, this is due to the CSS mismatch of the template. It can be running, there will not be showing any message, but even if you wanted to remove it, you can remove it. Just double click it. And now just select this and click filter out option, and kindly wait. Now it will be refreshing. So after refreshing, you can see the error has been removed, and same you can do it for the stale.css also. You can even run it without doing this. It will not show any kind of error message. So after refreshing, you can see everything has been cleared now. And now let us run it by right clicking it and click run. And now kindly wait till the project has been transferred to the browser part. And now you can see the home screen, a welcome screen of the project with the project title, secure and lightweight fine-grained searchable data sharing for IoT-oriented and cloud-assisted smart healthcare system. This is the home page. These are the static things. And now you can see the entities of the project: patient, doctor, healthcare administration, and healthcare cloud service provider. And here patients and doctors will be having the new registration, and healthcare administrator and cloud service provider single entity. So you can see the login details of those in the login notepad, where cloud service provider has the username and CS, and healthcare administrator has the username and password and HAC. So the first thing is like, let me go to the patient part. Now after clicking the patient menu, you can see it will be navigated to the patient login page, but we don't have any username and password. So first let me create a registration. Just click this new patient registration. It will be navigated to the patient registration page. So let me enter the name as JP, email ID, phone number, address, password, and then click register. And now you can see the registration is success now, and click OK. And now it will be navigated to the patient login page. Now if you are giving the same username and password which you have used during the registration, you can see your account not approved, please try again later. Even if you are giving the username and password correctly, it will be showing, because this new patient should be approved by the healthcare administration. So as per our architecture, the Healthcare Administration Center HAC has the rights to initialize the system initialization and the key distribution part. So now let me go to the Healthcare Administration HAC. So just log in with the username and password HAC and HAC, and then click login. And now you can see the login success message and click OK. And now it will be navigated to the Healthcare Administrator Center home page. And here you can see the details of patient approved, doctor approved, patient details, doctor details, access request, and etc. So first, if you go to the patient details, you can see there is no any patient right now, because the patient is not been approved. So just go to the patient approval part. So here you can see what are the patient that is be waiting for approval to be listed here. And now you can see the detail, that is JP is the patient which I have created right now. You can see the status is no, because it is not been approved, and what is the time, date and time of it. And here, if the HAC approves only, the patient can able to log in into the system. If the HAC rejects this patient, they cannot able to log in into the system. This is to prevent unauthorized users into the system and make the system more secure. So now let me approve it. So now you can see the account activated, and you can see this table has become empty. There is no any pending patient approval. If you go to the patient details now, earlier you can see that the table was empty. Now you can see the patient details which has been modified to active, and what is the registration time and what is the last login time of the details. Now the patient is not at login, so it is 0. So now let me log out. And now if you go to the patient part, and let me enter the same email ID and the password which we have done earlier, and click login. Now you can see the login is success, because HAC has approved this patient. Now it will be navigated to the patient's home page. So here the patient has the option of upload medical record and access details. So first thing is like, click the upload part. So before uploading, as this is a cloud project, we need to upload the data into a cloud service provider. So we are going to use Drive HQ cloud service provider. So just go to drivehq.com, and you need to sign up and create a username and password for the Drive HQ, and you need to activate that account. Only after activating, the data will be stored in the Drive HQ. So after signing up, you need to update those details in the coding part. So just go to the source code folder, SRC folder, Java folder, healthcare folder, where you can find ftpcon.java. So just you need to open this ftpcon.java, So once after opening the ftp con.java, in the line number 30 you can find this username and password. So here you need to replace this username with your username of the Drive HQ account and the password of the Drive HQ account, and then you need to save it, and then only you can run it. Then only the data that you are uploading will be stored in your account, or else it will be stored only in the local part of it. So now I have entered the username and password of my Drive HQ account, and now let me go to the patient records, and now let me enter blood group as O positive, blood pressure as 120, body temperature as 98, and pulse rate as 100. Date, just select this and you will be getting the date, and what is the time you can select, and this time, and previous meditations if anything you can enter it, and then click upload. And now you can see the file is uploaded to the cloud server message, and click OK. And now if you go to the medical records, you can see the medical record. Earlier it was empty, now you can see the data that has been encrypted and it is being stored here. So now let me go to the Drive HQ, my account. So now you can see the file which has been uploaded on 13/6/2023, the same time. Just click it and you can see the data has been encrypted for the security purpose. So now let me log out from this Drive HQ. So this is made sure that the file has been uploaded in the cloud part also. So now if you go to the access details, it is empty because no one has accessed the file right now. And now let me log out from this part, and now let me go to the doctor part. So next is like doctor part. So in the doctor part we don't have any doctor registration, so let me go to the new doctor registration, and now let me create a first doctor with the name of Alice and click register. And now you can see the registration is success now, and as we did for the patient, the doctor cannot able to log in. Only if HAC has approved this doctor, they can able to log in into the system to make the system secure. And now let me log into the HAC, and if you go to the doctor details, you can see there is no any doctor right now because the doctor is not approved. So just go to the doctor approval part. Here you can see the Alice doctor which I have created now, which status is no right now, registration date and time. Now HAC has the right to approve or reject this doctor. Only if it is approved, the doctor able to log into the system. So just click approve now. So you can see the account activated message and click OK. And now if you go to the doctor details part, you can see the doctor details has been approved now, so it has been updated as a active. And if you go to the patient details, earlier the last log time was 0. Now you can see which time the patient has last time logged in. That data has been recorded here and stored here, and there is no any access request right now, so this table is empty. Now let me log out from this part and let me go to the doctor part. So now let me log in the Alice doctor and then click login, and now you can see the login is success and click OK. Now it will be navigated to the doctor's home page. So here the doctor's home page, you can see the details of search record, request access details. So now first me go to the search record. So now the doctor can able to search by 3 different ways, that is by search by name, search by phone number, search by patient ID. So if I give the search by name, that is JP was the name I have given. So if for example if I am giving some different name and click submit, now you can see there is no record found, it is not found. So only if the record is found, it is be showing. So you click submit, and now you can see the patient details. So as I said earlier, here the data are not stored with the same name, so only the encrypted data are being stored. So this fine-grained access control mechanism, secure lightweight fine-grained access control mechanism, will be retrieving the data accordingly, and it will be showing. So here you can see the details of the patient, and if you click get data, you can see the data request has been sent and click OK. And as I said, search record by phone number is another feature. Click submit, you can see there is no record found. So only if you are giving the exact data, it will be shown. Sorry, you need to click the search by phone, and you can see the patient record has been shown right now. And if you are having the patient ID, you can just click and you can check it out. And now you can go to the request status. You can see we have this doctor has requested the data of the patient called JP, and you can see the status has been waiting. So without approval, the doctor cannot able to see the details. So if you click view details, it will be asking for the decryption key. So if you're giving some random key, you can see it has been incorrect key, you cannot able to get the details. So now let me log out, and if we go to the HAC, so HAC is going to provide the access to the doctor. So here if you go to the access request part, so here you can see the doctor who has requested for the patient name JP is been shown here, and you can see the request status has been waiting. And here we have the access policy. Here the HAC gives the access policy of read or write. So if we are giving read policy, the particular doctor can able to only read it, they cannot able to write anything on it. Only if they give the write policy, the policy is be applied and they can able to write the data or modify the data on it. So now let me show you the read policy. So I have created read policy and then click accept, and now you can see the access is approved and click OK. So now let me log out from HAC and go to the doctor part. So now if you go to the request status, here you can see the access policy is now updated as read policy, and you can see the request status has been approved now. And here you can see the access key is now generated. So if you go to the view results and give the decryption key, and now you can see the patient records, and also it is updated with the access policy read only. They can able to read only, they cannot able to see I'm typing, they cannot able to do anything or modify anything on it. So here you can see the patient record. So earlier the data has been stored in encrypted format. Now using the decryption key, the data has been decrypted correctly and it has been shown to the doctor. And if you go to the access details, you can see the access details, what is the access policy of the doctor. And in patient part, see in the patient part, if you log in and go to the access details, the patients also will be shown with the details of the who has accessed their data. So this Alice doctor has requested for the data, and what is the date and time, and you can see what is the access policy given to the particular doctor. It is read policy. Everything is being updated here clearly. And now let me log out, and now let me show you with the other policy, that is the write policy. So for that purpose I will create a new patient and the doctor. So I am creating other patient called Ajit now. And click register, and I'll create other doctor here, new doctor here called Bob. And click register. Now let me go to the HAC part to approve both the patient and the doctor part. So if you go to the patient approval, you can see the patient has been waiting for the approval, account is activated, and the doctor part account is activated. Now if you go to the doctor details, that is 2 doctors have been created, and what is the that is the 2 patients have been created. Now in the patient part, I will just log in with the patient part first. And go to the upload part. Now I am uploading a data. So now after giving the details, the file is uploaded to the cloud server, and here in the medical records you can see the medical records has been given. So now this data has not been requested by anyone, so it is empty. So now let me go to the doctor part. So now I am logging with the new doctor, that is Bob, second doctor. I am logging with the second doctor. I am requesting for the patient called Ajit now. and you can see, and I'm requesting for the data, so give get data, and the data request has been now sent. Now if you go to the HAC part, so this time I'm going to give the write policy. So after login to the HAC part, if you go to the access request, you can see the Bob request that has been waiting. Now I'm going to give the write policy and then click approve. So now access has been approved and log out. And now let me go to the doctor part. So I'm logging with the Bob part, and if you go to the request status, you can see that patient which has been requested has been approved, and write policy, and what is the access key of it. And if you give the view results, it will be asking for the decryption key, and you give the decrypt key. And now you can see the patient records been updated with the read and write policy. So both the policies begin, and here you can see the button called update. So now meditation, the doctor can give the meditation like take so they can able to give the meditation details and then click update. So now you can see the write policy is been updated here, and here you can see the policy for the doctor part. And if you go to the patient part, so in the patient part also you can see the access details. So the Bob is the doctor which has requested for this, and what is the access policy given to the particular doctor is also shown to the patient part. So now let me log out from this part, and final is the healthcare service provider, cloud service provider. So just log in with the cloud service provider CS and CS, and then click login. So in the cloud service provider, we can see the what all the patient record that has been uploaded in the cloud server, and as I intimated, so these are being encrypted and it is not shown with the original data. And you can see what all the requests that has been made to the cloud server. So request access, here you can see the request of the Alice or Bob, requested date and time, that is read policy or write policy. All the details have been updated here. And now let me log out from this part, and this is all about the project secure, lightweight, fine-grained searchable data sharing for IoT oriented and cloud assisted smart healthcare system. And thank you for